Eyewitnesses recall the assault on a USC professor, their first-hand accounts about what happened before a student was arrested.
Governor Gavin Newsom is taking a stand on the excessive use of smartphones in public schools. An expert weighs in on the dangers of phones in the classrooms.
Are you looking for a way to test for COVID as the holiday season approaches? A new initiative is aimed at keeping you healthy.
Annenberg TV News is next.
Tonight, for the first time, we hear from eyewitnesses of yesterday's assault on a professor. Hi, I'm Brian Saravia.
And I'm Kofo Jalaosho. The incident that led to the arrest of 24-year-old Brianna Gallimore left students in shock.
She was sitting in a desk by herself in the back of the classroom, and then the professor was sitting kind of leaning on it, if that makes sense. And then that's when she, when they were just discussing, and that's when she got up. And at the same time, while she was standing up, she swung the professor with the water bottle and then lunged at another student afterward, and then she stormed out.
I was more just confused at that point. I was very confused on what was going on because it all happened in 30 seconds. She did the attack and then just left the classroom. So at first I thought it was something that was provoked from a student speaking or the teacher speaking, but after thinking about it, it was just completely unprovoked. So I was just more confused at that point.
I was just stunned the entire time. I had no words. It was just really shocking to see her just hit my professor with a water bottle. That is a deadly weapon, as people are saying.
The incident happened in VPD Hall shortly before noon yesterday. Students have identified the victim as Danielle Lee, an assistant professor at the Price School of Public Policy. DPS Assistant Chief David Carlisle weighed in on the charges.
Because the professor was hit with a hard metal object, a metal water bottle, it's considered what's called an aggravated assault. So that student was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon, a felony, and was booked at LAPD.
Assistant Chief Carlisle could not provide an update on the condition of Professor Lee. USC Student Affairs has reached out to the students who witnessed the incident and reminded them of counseling resources available if they want to talk to a professional about what they experienced.
California Governor Newsom has been busy signing and vetoing bills on his desk before the deadline next Monday. Political reporter Dalia Sarmiento is in here with more on bills Newsom has approved and rejected.
The governor signed a bill yesterday that will require California school districts to begin restricting cell phone use during school hours. Schools will be required to enforce cell phone restrictions by July 1st, 2026. This is the latest statewide effort to address concerns over children's mental health. We asked USC students for their thoughts on the new law.
A lot of kids, especially in younger generations, because people are getting phones at earlier and earlier ages. They cannot focus in school, they can't learn. Lots of people, especially with COVID, don't know how to read, write, and they're in 5th grade now and they aren't set up for the future. So I think being able to focus in school and not have outside distractions is helpful.
I spoke to pediatric psychologist Dr. Amy West about how these cell phone regulations might impact classroom settings.
Kind of being on phones and social media is incredibly overstimulating. There's gazillions of pieces of information that kids are processing when they're interacting with social media. And so that's not a good environment for learning. I mean, for one thing, they're paying attention to their phone and not the classroom, but it's also probably kind of cognitively really overstimulating and hurts their ability to kind of focus and pay attention and process what they're actually being taught in the classroom.
More than a dozen states have already passed cell phone restrictions in K-12 schools. The Phone Free Schools Act aims to help students focus on academics and social development. California was set to be the first state in the nation to give jobs to undocumented college students, but the governor rejected the potential new law. Even though the bill was sponsored by Democrats, the governor vetoed it. It would have allowed California universities and community colleges to make work-study jobs available to undocumented students.
I don't see the veto having a tremendously negative impact on undocumented students going to college, but it certainly will impact them because they'll continue to be excluded from federal work-study programs, and they'll be excluded from employment.
The California Undocumented Higher Education Coalition had this response. The state must keep the promise of a college degree as a door to economic opportunity and prosperity. We remain committed to ensuring California leads the way in providing equal opportunity for all students across the state. Newsom says he vetoed the bill to protect state employees from legal action for violating federal hiring laws.
Thank you, Dahlia. A coalition of LA religious leaders is standing up for migrants. Today, the group denounced former President Donald Trump's recent remarks against Haitian immigrants.
It's very important right now that we understand that words are divisive, words cause wars. And right now, because someone said they eat dogs and cats, that has caused a whole group of people that are already under duress. There already are immigrants in this racist country to have to feel and fight for their life each and every day.
A licensed psychologist who works with migrant communities says they endure negative rhetoric like this every election season.
Within immigrant communities and also within communities in general, right? This constant exposure to negative rhetoric can really lead to chronic stress and can affect not just social cohesion, but also economic stability.
Members of the Black and Brown Clergy Coalition called upon other religious leaders to speak up against harmful rhetoric.
The Los Angeles County Department of Public Health is warning people about the recent rise in monkeypox cases. According to the Department of Public Health, there have been 52 reported cases in Los Angeles County over the last 4 weeks. That's double the number of reported cases from the previous 4 weeks. 70% of those who contracted monkeypox were not vaccinated.
Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, definitely is infectious, but I would say it affects more those that are immunocompromised and things of the sort. The general population at the moment does have a very low risk. 70% of these new cases were among those that were not vaccinated. So had folks had received both shots or at least one, the likelihood of being infected with Mpox would be significantly reduced.
The virus can be transmitted through close physical contact with someone who has symptoms. Public health officials urge those with the highest risk of exposure to get vaccinated.
The government is set to mail out millions of free COVID-19 testing kits. U.S. households can get up to 4 of the tests. The demand for COVID tests is high around this time of year as students head back to school and families get together for the holidays. The free kits will be available in the next few days at covidtests.gov. The kits will be mailed to your home free of charge.
Biden administration said, hey, listen, we're going into the fall. The number of cases with this new strain of COVID-19 are going up. And as people are moving indoors, the weather changes, people are going to schools, cases will continue to go up. So everybody, regardless of their insurance and their means, should have the ability of doing testing. If they're high risk or if they're interacting with someone high risk, they may want to change their behavior.
The CDC recommends getting an updated vaccine this fall for everyone above the age of 6. A change in federal funding is limiting the amount of free vaccinations available, but insurance should still cover most of the costs.
Former Green Bay Packers star Brett Favre revealed he has Parkinson's disease. He was testifying before Congress this morning. The retired quarterback disclosed his diagnosis while being questioned by members of the House Ways and Means Committee about the misuse of welfare funds in Mississippi.
I also lost an investment in a company that I believed was developing a breakthrough concussion drug I thought would help others. And I'm sure you'll understand why it's too late for me because I've recently been diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Recent studies have established a possible connection between Parkinson's and traumatic brain injuries from contact sports.
The digital age just got bigger. Californians can now get out of town with just a quick tap of their phones.
You can no longer X someone out as you have in the past. Students weigh in on the new strategy by Elon Musk.
And we'll show you where students got career advice here on campus as part of Hispanic Heritage Month.
Let me tell you how we amplify our Latine voices. Check out Dímelo. We have it all.
Deportes.
Entertainment. Noticias. ¿Qué tal? Soy Mariela Gómez y bienvenidos a Dime la Hora.
Radio and podcasting.
Comida y cultura. Digital social media.
¿A qué equipo le vas tú? ¿LA Galaxy o LAFC? Dímelo is the only Latina-focused media outlet at USC. Dímelo, we have it all.
Dímelo, we have it all.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet, the pottery that grows. It's fun and easy. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, keep it watered, and watch it grow. And now grow a whole collection of fun with Chia teddy bears, puppies, kittens, rams, bulls. There's even a chia tree to keep your pets company. Chia Pets and Trees, the pottery that grows.
The Chia Pet and Chia Tree are available at Kmart, Rite Aid, Ames, and Woolworth. Makes a great gift.
Californians can now add their driver's license to their iPhone Apple Wallet, but don't leave your actual license at home just yet. The new feature is not accepted by law enforcement agencies and businesses yet, and the TSA...
I think it's a good idea just to have it, but I don't know if it makes much sense if you have to carry your ID anyway.
The fact is we'll still need to have our IDs with us at all times, so what's the point in having it on our phones if we're still going to be walking around with it? It's like with my credit card, I know I don't need to walk around with my credit card, so why would I need to do the same with my ID? I think it's a little funny.
Despite its limited uses now, the goal is to limit the amount of information you share when someone asks to check your ID. For example, a digital ID can confirm to a bouncer that you're 21 or older without having to share your home address. And for those concerned about security, Apple says that your digital license information is encrypted in your device, so others, including Apple, cannot access it without your permission.
Elon Musk says he will remove the block feature from X, previously known as Twitter. That feature let users hide their account from others. This raises concerns about harassment and bullying. Musk explained the reason for this change is because the block button for public accounts was a stupid feature since everyone could view the post from their browser's incognito mode.
I think that blocking is a very good feature to have. If you don't want certain people to see your profile for whatever personal reasons you have, I feel like taking that away is just kind of odd to me.
I think people should have a free range of who they want and not want to see their content. Some people just having the comfort of, I can just block easily.
It just kind of spreads the accessibility of harassment online, and I think deeply worsens that problem.
And Apple require block features on all their social media apps. This could result in X being booted from Google Play and the Apple App Store. Latinx Heritage Month is winding down, but USC is still focused on helping Latinx students find good jobs. The USC Career Center and student organization group La Casa hosted a networking event today. This was organized for the many Latinx students who say their community lacks resources and networking opportunities. We spoke with Julio Rodriguez from the Campus Career Center.
Today's event was structured in talking about networking, right? How to help students reach out to individuals who might be in their fields, how to network more effectively. I know as Latinos sometimes it can be kind of hard to break through those barriers. So that was just kind of what the topic was about today.
It can be kind of hard to find your place at USC, especially when you, look and speak a different language as everyone else here on campus. It's everything to know somebody, There's only so much you can do by yourself.
There's 1 week remaining to celebrate Latinx Heritage Month. To see a full list of events hosted by USC, you can go to our website, uscannenbergmedia.com.
You're taking a live look at campus right now. Beautiful weather we've been having as we approach fall. Let's take a look at the weather today with Jeanette.
Thanks, Brian. Hey, everyone. Hopefully you're having an amazing Tuesday, and welcome to Jeanette's Weather Jam. We've been experiencing some really nice weather recently. So let's find out if this continues with today's current conditions. As you can see, it's a very cool 68 degrees currently, but as the night goes on, temperatures will be dropping to the mid-60s. So grab a jacket before heading out. Now let's take a look at the rest of the week with the 5-day weather forecast. This whole week, Los Angeles is experiencing beautiful sunny skies during the afternoons. The rest of the work week looks fairly consistent and will remain in the high 70s. This is pretty good weather if you ask me. Now let's talk sports. What's going on, Drew?
Reggie Bush is suing USC, but some Trojans, the lawsuit is unjustified. USC women's basketball landed a huge name out of the 2025 class. And USC may have lost its first Big Ten matchup, but how did the other new schools fare? Next on ATVN Sports.
Bonjour, je suis le grand musicien.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Yes, that's French they're speaking, and no, these children aren't French, they're American. And they've acquired their amazing new language skills from Muzzy, the remarkable new video language program for children developed by the British Broadcasting Corporation. With this unique BBC language course, children learn a second language with incredible ease. 4 delightful videos quickly become their favorite TV show and teaches children the same way they learned English. Learning another language becomes fun. You'll be amazed when your children begin speaking and understanding their new language from the very first day through this unique method. The entire course, 4 videos, 2 audio cassettes, the activity book, and the parent's guide and answer book is available in French, Spanish, Italian, or German.
To order, use your credit card and call this number. We'll ship and charge you $28.08 a month for 6 months. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call 1-800-424-0700.
Okay, this stuff is really amazing. I mean, I put it in my mouth and I taste watermelon, but it's not just that. I taste strawberry too, but it's kind of like a watermelon-y strawberry put together. Hey, hang on. Sorry about that. And the bubbles are really awesome. I mean, that's why they call it Max, I guess. Obviously, that sort of makes sense once you think about it. Oh, I'm Dan, and that's Chuck. Hubba Max. A whole new kind of bubble. Hey!
Welcome back to ATVN Sports. I'm Drew Yoskovich.
And I'm Marissa Russ. The Trojans are looking to bounce back from a disappointing 27-24 loss against the Michigan Wolverines as USC is set to face the Wisconsin Badgers this Saturday at the Coliseum. The last time these two teams clashed on the gridiron was in 2015 at the Holiday Bowl. The then number 25 Trojans suffered an upset loss against the Badgers. Before that, the last time these teams played each other was in 1953. As for the other new Big Ten schools, UCLA also fell short to Indiana in their first Big Ten game. Washington won their matchup against Northwestern, only allowing 53 passing yards, and Oregon has yet to play in their first Big Ten opponent. The former Pac-12, now Big Ten teams have been performing fairly well in their new conference with a combined record of 9 wins and 4 losses. As for our records, we will be keeping track of our predictions going forward. For this week, both Drew and I think USC will beat Wisconsin. There's still a lot of football left in the season, but the way with these teams are playing, it seems like there might be a former Pac-12 team in the Big Ten championship.
Reggie Bush is making headlines again. The former USC star has filed a lawsuit against the school, the NCAA, and the Pac-12, aiming to reclaim money made off his name, image, and likeness during his time with the Trojans. Some Trojans, even former players, disagree with Bush's decisions. Some believe after USC worked so hard to restore his legacy by bringing back his Heisman and honoring his jersey, it feels like a betrayal. So, Marissa, do you agree? Do you think Reggie Bush suing USC is justified?
You know, Drew, I think Reggie's case is unique in that he might feel more disavowed with his university. So I don't think it's completely justified, but I also don't think that it's unjustified. How about you, Drew?
I think it's not justified. First of all, USC honored him by, one, giving his Heisman, helping that come back. They retired his number, and he's all over the social media. So I honestly think that it's not justified. He's helped them, so that's my opinion.
I can see where you're coming with that, Drew, but I just think it's, you know, you have someone like Reggie Bush has self-described his upbringing as, you know, more rough on the rougher side, and so USC takes these kids and these athletes and they sell them on these dreams, and in Reggie's case, you know, he was their moneymaker. He's the reason we're such a big school, and then all of a sudden you cut him off, drop him, and we have to act like now that he has his Heisman back, everything's fine. And
I think he should be attacking the NCAA because this is where the money is. USC's done the legacy for him, helped them, but NCAA is where the money's at, so he should be attacking them.
Yeah, I agree. I just think, you know, the quote we had, you know, the Trojan colors, they run deep. We all really care about the school, and I think that's what is different with Reggie. It's more personal. To be completely shunned by your university, I don't, how do you think that plays into it?
Well, honestly, if as a USC fan, now him going against us, I feel like if he wins this case against us, I don't think he should be welcomed back in our arms, even though what he's done for us.
Hot take. Wow.
But we'll see what happens with this lawsuit.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush's legacy at USC remains complex, and this lawsuit only adds to the narrative. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story.
Women's basketball continues to bring in top talent, landing class of 2025 number 2 recruit Jazzy Davidson. The 5-star 6'2" guard is known for explosive play and scoring ability. Joining Juju Watkins on the court, they are expected to be a dual threat to opposing teams. Davidson is another addition to the Trojans' stellar recruitment. Ever since Juju Watkins joined the Trojans, it seems like everyone wants to play for USC. The Trojans' 2024 recruiting class was number 1 in the country, thanks to stars like top 10 recruit Kennedy Smith and number one transfer out of Stanford, Kiki Iriafen. Davidson is USC's first commitment from the class of 2025. But if this is a sign of things to come, there should be more big names heading to the bright lights of LA.
USC's tennis teams are off to a strong start this season. The men's team dominated at the Sherwood Cup, while the women's team heads north to North Carolina for the ITA All-American Championships. In men's tennis, freshmen Niels Hoffman and Connor Church shine, both going undefeated in singles. The Trojans finished 10-2 in singles and 5-2 in doubles. Meanwhile, the women's team has been training hard for their upcoming tournament, with junior Emma Charney leading the charge after a standout performance last weekend. Coach Brett Macy praises men's team's new upcomers for their maturity and leadership, while Coach Allison Swain is excited about the women's team mix of experience and fresh talent as they aim to qualify for the NCAA championship spots this fall. Stay tuned for more updates on both teams' performance as this is an ongoing tournament throughout the week.
This year, ATVN Sports will feature sports within the community. USC has a wide variety of club sports, ranging from the equestrian team to the Ultimate Frisbee Club. The men's Ultimate Frisbee Club at USC is aiming high this year as they are aiming to secure a spot at Nationals. The team is having open practices until November. The open practices allow the team to not have to make any official cuts on the roster.
Just try to teach the game. At this point in the open practices, it's really simple drills and then pretty scrimmage heavy towards the end, so that's really fun. Teams are so important. In the workplace, you have to work in a team, so I think just building that team culture.
If you're thinking of attending an open practice, Johnson recommends bringing a light and dark t-shirt, a water bottle, and a pair of cleats if you have them.
That's all the time we have sports for ATVN News. I'm Drew Yuskovich.
And I'm Marissa Russ. Now over to Coco. I hear there's a new museum in town.
Thanks, Marissa. Los Angeles will welcome a brand new museum in 2025. Hear how AI is revolutionizing a new form of art and what is expected from this groundbreaking project.
Let me tell you how we amplify our Latina voices. Check out Dímelo. We have it all.
Deportes.
Entertainment. Noticias. ¿Qué tal? Soy Mariela Gómez y bienvenidos a Dime la Hora.
Radio and podcasting.
Comida y cultura. Digital social media.
¿A qué equipo le vas tú? LA Galaxy o LAFC? Dímelo is the only Latina-focused media outlet at USC. Dímelo. We have it all.
Dímelo. We have it all.
Want quality name brand carpet for less?
Call Empire and you can get quality carpet at the lowest price guaranteed. And no payments for 1 year.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. I've replaced your shoelaces with fruit by the foot.
So you did. I replaced your fingers with fruit by the foot.
Bravo. I've replaced your bones with fruit by the foot.
Indeed you have. I replaced your guitar strings with fruit by the foot.
Seems like a step backwards, but alright. I've replaced your DNA with fruit by the foot. That would be end game, my friend.
Fruit by the foot. Fruit flavor.
The world's first AI arts museum is coming to LA. Dataland will be located at
Now your child can
Road and Walt Disney Concert Hall. Dataland's artists are using millions of photos mixed with other media. The main artist calls this generative reality. The museum will also only use renewable energy, making it unique. The artist says just because he's using AI for this exhibit doesn't mean AI will end up ruling the art world. The 20,000 square foot museum will open next year. How do you feel about AI?
I gotta say, Brian, AI excites me, but it scares me. And the more I learn about its impacts on the environment, I really want to know what companies have in plan for what the future is with AI.
I think AI is very interesting. I think we could use it for, very useful things. But, I do see where your concerns lie, definitely.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of research and understanding to be done, not just by companies, but also by consumers for sure.
I am excited, though, to check this out. I love the bro.
Yeah.
And, I'm excited to see what AI art has in store for us.
Yeah. Dataland, also a very interesting name.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Annenberg TV News, everyone. And from everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Kofo Jalaosho.
And I'm Brian Saravia. For more coverage, watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Annenberg Media. Have a great night, everyone.